Well, apparently today is floodgates opening day for the 2A rights in the winning category. We already told you earlier today about a New Jersey situation out of the Third Circuit where the gun controllers basically lost insurance mandated fees and requirements, ownership of private individual guns in cars, and then they also lost mandated fees for any type of licensure or permitting system. Well, now let's add Florida to the list because open carry was just ruled unconstitutional in the state of Florida. Guys, I'm telling you, the dominoes are falling and it is accelerating. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. If you want to be part of the cutting edge and you want to say you were there when you beat these people, this is the place to be because that is what we are driving towards every single day. All right, people, listen. I want to invite you to join the Second Press. This is my movement. This is the entire thing. We are going to the next level. You can support the channel. You can support the mission that we're at. We're going to the next level beyond the court systems, beyond the legislation. We are going into the battle of the culture. If you join us here, you buy us a cup of coffee a month, that will be invested to destroying them on a level that they cannot see coming in the creative, in the artistic, in the cultural sphere. Guys, we are doing some amazing things. Check it out, link in the description. Let's get into this. I owe you this amazing news. All right, this is from NAGR. NAGR just posted big news for Florida, they say. Hopefully, this will be the last year Floridians live under the illogical and unconstitutional open carry ban. And now let me get you over to the Florida gun rights on X and I'll show you the document because we're 2 for 2 today, baby. At least in my opinion. Breaking, Florida's open carry ban ruled unconstitutional. Massive victory for gun rights. Thank you for the attention to this matter. A little nod to Trump. Let me open this up for you and show you what they cited, and then I'll bring you the FPC and the document itself. I always bring the receipts, link in the description. The Constitution protects the right to carry arms openly for self-defense. Well, that is pretty clear. Florida's open carry ban cannot be reconciled with that guarantee. Florida statutes is therefore declared unconstitutional. We answer the certified question in this affirmative. Reverse McDaniel's conviction and vacate his sentence. Judgment reversed. Sentencing order vacated. Remanded. Let's freaking go. Guys, do you understand what is happening on the base level of our nation? They pushed too far. Their quest for new ways to make common sense gun reform have pushed too far, and they are having the doors shut in their face. We are climbing the ranks until we get to the sacred cows, the AR bans, the MAG bans, the red flag laws. Guys, we are literally climbing the pyramid. It's going to take time. The time right now is to pour it on as full throttle as you can because we are stacking wins. We are stacking. Some of them might be good. Some of them might be great. Some of them might be just barely perfect. But you're talking about forward momentum. That is the underlying premise of what we do here on this channel. Join us. We'd love to have you here. All right, let's get into this actual document. This one's from FPC. A Florida appeals court ruled today that the state's open carry ban violates the Second Amendment. Well, let's just open this little piece. I got to read these paragraphs for you. You're going to love these next 4. All right, I'm going to zoom in because you guys have requested me do that. Let me actually get in here so you guys can read along with me. Here we go. From the document itself. Because the Second Amendment's plain text encompasses the open carrying of firearms in public, that conduct is presumptively protected by the Constitution. The state, therefore, bears the heavy burden of establishing a relevant historical tradition of firearms regulation that justifies its prohibition. It is brewing on parade today, isn't it? They can't cite a historical tradition that makes this legal or constitutional. That's why they always do the interest balancing thing that I told you about in the earlier video in New Jersey. They try to torture the language so that they can manufacture a way they can keep these bans. They are running out of exits, and the Autobahn of freedom is getting real fast, real quick. All right, let's go to the next paragraph. The state has not met that burden. It is not enough to rely on a generalized tradition of firearms regulation, for at that level of abstraction, almost any law could be sustained. Yes, that's the point. Nor can the state blur the distinction between open and concealed carry without disregarding both the court's originalist framework and our nation's historical tradition. The historical record makes clear that open carry was regarded as the lawful and preferred mode of bearing arms, while concealed carry was viewed as dangerous to public safety and ineffective for self-defense. Okay, that is the first time in a court document that I have actually seen that inverse reflection. It was actually historically accurate to say concealed carry was more dangerous because you had a flintlock pistol down your pants versus open carrying on the exterior of your clothing. Makes sense. There is no historical analog. Florida open carry bans might be becoming a thing pretty quick. Now, let's go to the next paragraph. There's two more. No historical tradition supports Florida's open carry ban. To the contrary, history confirms that the right to bear arms in public necessarily includes the right to do so openly. That is not to say that open carry is absolute or immune from reasonable regulation, but what the state may not do is extinguish the right altogether for ordinary law-abiding adult citizens. Now, you can already see the gun control rhinos in there going, oh my God, does that mean we can apply our own version of sensitive places? I don't know. But my point here is you cannot ban open carry. It is something that is unconstitutional. It is untenable. There is no historical text or tradition. Hashtag Bruin life, baby. And again, I'm going to be more and more antagonistic because the time to pour the lever all the way forward, the throttle all the way down, the gas pedal hit the floor is right now. You have the control of Congress. You have the control of the White House. You have the executive branch. You have the legislative. You have the judicial at the highest levels. Guys, you never had a better, more fertile ground to grind. Let's frickin' go. Okay, that's what I've been saying for 4 frickin' years. It's time. It's coming to fruition. Let's get it. The Constitution protects the right to carry arms openly for self-defense. Florida's open carry ban cannot be reconciled with that guarantee. Section 790.053 Florida statutes is therefore declared unconstitutional. We answer the certified question in the affirmative, reverse McDaniel's conviction, and vacate his sentence. Judgment reversed, sentencing order vacated and remanded. Guys, you are living through a hell of a time in the 2A space. Let me get you up here to show you the top of this. First District Court of Appeals, State of Florida. Guys, you've at the exact same time got, hold on, come here. At the exact same time, you have the state attorney general for the state of Florida saying that he's not going to enforce the 18, 19, 20 ban. And, excuse me, let me strike that. Let me say that again. He is openly asking the Supreme Court to invalidate the 18, 19, and 20-year-old bans. He's not saying he's not going to enforce it. Let me be clear on that one. But the existing attorney general is asking the SCOTUS to strike down his own law. In the state of Florida now, you have the 18, 19, and 20-year-old ban. It's being requested by the AG and the NRA to strike it down in the state of Florida, which would apply nationally. That's on one side of it. And on the other side of it, the Florida State Appellate Court, you have them saying that open carry bans are unconstitutional as well. Guys, freedom is freaking ringing. I hope you hear it. Pour on. Let's go. I'll see you on the battlefield for our rights. I'm Braden. See you later.